welcome back. This is the intonation and action adjustment video for the Foundation Bass Bridge. I have already put on my strings. They're not up to tune, they're just under tension. So they're sitting up off the fingerboard. The bridge, I have put back on the pinch plate and the clamp plate. And you can see that they are also loose. You want to keep those loose until we are done with all adjustments and made sure that everything's sitting great. So kind of first thing is where I start out with is measuring the scale length. You'll need a ruler for this. So any kind of ruler will work. If you have a tape measure, all that stuff works. This is just a good straight edge that I have here. This bass happens to be at a 34-inch scale length, which means the 12th fret is at the 17 inches, 34, and what we want to do is get that saddle just basically into that location. And then we'll just eyeball some stuff and kind of go from there. So I'm going to set my ruler back up. I'm going to take the larger of the two Allen keys that came in your box. And we are going to move this guy's intonation location forward a bit since I'm sitting just behind the 34 inches. Now this is just a rough idea, it's not my final set, but we'll go from there as we get to that point. So now, typically with your bridges, you've seen it, you have that angle, so go ahead and just kind of put that angle back into the foundation, and then we'll be checking action height first, and then we'll go into intonation. So we'll just do that right now, get these kind of eyeballed into a location, and we'll set it from there. Okay, cool. So my G is up off the fretboard right now, not buzzing. Again, not in tune, but we're not looking at tuning quite yet. So that's sitting about a nice place. So now let's go ahead and actually do the tuning. None of my strings are buzzing, so we can get that started. All right, we're in tune now, and still sitting pretty well on our action heights. Maybe a little bit high, but now we're to that point. We'll set the action, which is something you can set to your preference. You can set it at an exact measurement, but we're just going to go with preferences today. So your smaller of the two Allen keys is what you'll be using for that adjustment. Now here, I have an extra saddle assembly just to show you how the Allen key goes in. It's sitting at about that kind of an angle. So you'll want to set it there. And then twisting it is just rotating the screw and getting that action adjusted. So let's go down and take a look and just kind of set these actions to a preference level, just where they're not buzzing when you play. All right, well that one seems about good. Want to come up on that A string just a little bit. All right, that's feeling pretty good. We're not buzzing anywhere there. And now it is to check your intonation. Your intonation will be just strike the string you're working on. Right now we're going to start with the G. And we're sitting just a little bit sharp with how it's sitting. So with the larger Allen key again, we'll bring that saddle back because we're sharp, so we want to extend that scale length just a little bit. And there we are. Even up at our 24th fret, since this bass has one. Also in tune there. And now you just do that on each of the strings, and we'll just continue this, and I'll get this set up, and then we'll finalize it with the lockdown. Alrighty. Now that I've got it all intonated, it's ready for lockdown. So the larger of the two is going to be the one we use to lock everything down. So go ahead and just snug tight all of the 7 lockdown bolts. Again, you don't want to crank on these too tightly. They don't need to be super tight, just good and snug. Just went back through and final tightened everything up. So that is now set and you're ready to play. This should not ever shift on you, and if you have any questions or issues, please give us a call or hit us up on our website or email, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in.